Hello YarnTubers, welcome back to Wanderlust Crochet with Dana and Benji, who has to get paid for his appearances. And today I want to share with you some of my best tips on how to finish those big beautiful projects without getting bored or burned out. I love crocheting large afghans, especially modular designed blankets where you have to put all the pieces together. There is nothing like the feeling of accomplishment I get from finishing those off and making them just perfect. But I hear from many of you that starting a large project like a mandala blanket, granny square, or other motif design, sometimes it just gets boring and overwhelming, and I get it. If that's true for you, then stick around because today I'm sharing my best tips to stay motivated and actually finish those large, amazing projects. Tip number one is to get organized and enjoy the planning process. Sometimes this is as much fun as actually crocheting the afghan. Take time to choose the perfect yarn and colors for your project. Find a place that will be perfect for spending time with this great yarn, and set aside blocks of time to work on your project. Right now, I sit up in the morning, I pour my cup of coffee, and I do a granny square for my granny merino blanket. But soon I'll be working on a sea pennies blanket when my yarn gets here. I've ordered 12 colors of Stylecraft Naturals, bamboo, and cotton. The idea is to sit up, pour my coffee in the mornings, and do at least one of the join as you go sea pennies, choosing colors randomly out of the bag. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before, but let's break it down. Set small, achievable goals. Break it down into bite-sized tasks you can do quickly in any given moment. So have it ready, and for example, maybe do a motif or a row in the morning when you have your coffee or tea ready, and you just grab it and you do that row, you do that round, or you do that square or motif. It's very important to break this down. When I do this in the morning, not only am I progressing on my granny merino blanket with these great squares, but I get to very regularly have that yarn in my hand and be in the moment with it and enjoy the feel of these hand-dyed yarns. My next tip is to pair crochet with another activity. If you like to listen to audiobooks, sermons, podcasts, or music while crocheting, this is a great time to do that. You could also watch a TV show, have that playing in the background, or run a YouTube playlist of all your favorite crochet content creators. I have been listening to Bible scripture being read to me via the Bible Gateway website. So not only am I enjoying my coffee and being in the moment with the yarn, but I also get my morning dose of scripture, which starts my day off right. Keep some variety and interesting points in your process. Remember, this is not a race to the finish. This is about being in the moment and enjoying the few little moments of crochet time. Switching up colors, having more than one color in your project, I think keeps it interesting. And also, if there are different kinds of sections that you can work on, rotate those sections. Back to colors, I think there's a little bit of dopamine hit that I get anytime that I grab another color. When I was working on the fruit garden blanket, every time I had to search for another color, I just felt a little bit giddy. When you work on smaller pieces and then assemble them later, go ahead, let's say they're squares like in the fruit garden, but when you're done, weave in all those ends meticulously and admire your square. Allow yourself to feel that accomplishment and that pride in that workmanship right then and there every time you finish a square. Now, I think it's important to reward yourself after, certain levels of progress. What I don't want you to do is to start to set self-imposed deadlines, but set milestone rewards. Whatever it is, you're going to do something fun. So many squares. You're going to go out and do something you really want to do. Whatever it is. I'd like to hear from you what reward ideas you have in the comments. Is it new yarn, a crochet hook, a special tea or coffee that you want? Go out to your favorite Dutch Brothers or whatever and get yourself your favorite espresso drink. But like I said, do not put self-imposed deadlines on your work, because I know for myself, I end up setting myself up for failure. And one point that you're going to hear from me a little bit further on in the video is stop before you feel that you're at a stopping point. stop before you're done. This next tip, I believe, is very important. Stay organized to avoid feeling overwhelmed. I will keep a piece of paper or something near me so that as soon as I'm done with that little chunk of time doing that little bit of progress, I write down, what number square that was, or how far I am in the pattern, or whatever I need to, and I keep that with the pattern. Keep your finished squares or motifs organized neatly in a container or a bag. Use stitch markers excessively. Always use stitch markers. And I think you could use any of those crochet journals or planners. I think this is an excellent use for that. Or sometimes it's just a little scrap piece of paper that I have in my project bag. It's not pretty, it's not fun like a planner or a journal, but it does help me keep notes. Now, sometimes I am reading my pattern off of a Dropbox file, and I can hit the comments little tab, and I can put a comment as to what row or round I'm on right there in Dropbox. So whatever it takes to stay organized, always know exactly what your progress is on the project. The next thing is join a crochet community. Be a part of a group, whether it's in person at local meetups, or you could join us over on Discord. You could join Facebook groups, whatever it is, as long as the environment is healthy and supportive, and they'll celebrate with you, because those kinds of people, they look forward to seeing your progress photos. So you can join us on Discord and show your progress in the community chat, and let us know that you're there to stay motivated on continuing with this project, and we'll be there for you, that's for sure. Crochet alongs are great for this. The more formal kind of crochet alongs, where like every week or every 2 weeks you get revealed more of the mystery pattern or whatever it is, crochet alongs are a great community to be a part of, to help keep you excited and motivated with your progress. This next tip is to take advantage of downtime when you feel up to it. If you do find yourself with some occasional time that is completely without distraction, and you feel you could enjoy doing several segments of the work, several rounds, several squares, just sitting and enjoying the time with the yarn, then go ahead and make that little jump in your progress. But here's the trick. The trick is to stop before you feel done. Always leave yourself wanting more. When you have those little marathons of crochet to work on this project, never wait until your hand hurts, your wrist hurts, or the time is up, or whatever it is that deadline is. Keep check with yourself. Are you still enjoying this project? And be sure to stop while you're still enjoying it. Those happy chemicals and that motivation level will stay way up there if you take advantage of this tip. So a quick recap of all these tips that help me stay motivated, organized, and on track with big projects is: 1, get organized, and with all the yarn you're going to use, where you're going to keep it, and enjoy that deep dive planning process of your project. Then number 2, small bite-sized tasks, just a little bit, once a day or however often you schedule that. 3, pair with an activity. Like I said, I'm drinking my coffee and I'm listening to Bible scripture. You could listen to something else, maybe a lecture that's very important to you. Number 4, keep a variety and change-ups in this, colors and sections, and be sure to admire your work after every section. Take that few moments just to look at it and bask in it. Number 5, reward yourself for, certain milestones, but remember not to impose deadlines on yourself. 6, organize and keep track of your progress, either just by writing it down on a piece of paper or whatever you do. Always know how many squares you have, because they're in this container, and how many you have left. Exactly at any given time when you reach for that project, what your progress is so far. Number 7, be in a crochet group, maybe in person or an online community. That always helps keep me motivated, because we're also excited for each other's progress. And number 8, you can take advantage of downtime to have little crochet marathons, but always stop before you feel like you're done. Always leave yourself wanting more. So Benji and I really want to know what tips or tricks or hacks that you have to keep yourself motivating and progressing in any of the large projects you've ever done. Let me know in the comments if there's a particular project or a couple of projects that you've always aspired to doing, but you've held yourself back. You've procrastinated. You've been a little worried about, you know, your own commitment to it, and you hated the idea of having another unfinished project. Also, you know, let me know anything about the large projects maybe that you have finished. I want to hear all about that, and we especially want to hear about it over on the Discord channel. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.